Michelle, are you ready?
I was born ready.
She's an award-winning author, speaker, and podcast host who serves on the National Faith Advisory Council. She supported Donald J. Trump for president before it was cool. From her she shed in her beautiful backyard, this is the Michelle Moore Show.
But I wanna believe it.
Hi, everybody. So glad that you're with us today. If you're watching later, I'm glad you're going to watch later too. A couple of things. I was kind of getting a little bit choked up. I did just read a comment from Kazadu, and she said, Michelle, hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. We appreciate you too. We know you've been busy with Godly Granny stuff, so it's all good. Amen, sister. I had said that I had been out. We were all talking in the chat during the opening video about just how much we've missed each other since I've been out for a few days, and not at the normal schedule. And so my family and I, my assistant, which will be part of family soon, and then also distribution center manager, she has been in training as well. And so I have been working tirelessly as well as my family. And so anyways, just sometimes God, and it is so amazing. I was sharing with a viewer that I was speaking to the other night, just a Godly Granny customer, and I was on the phone with her, and we got to talking about, just what God has done and how I have known that I'm to do the distribution center and how it came about. And I was just saying, gosh, it's like, it's such a God thing, and I didn't even know it was coming. And it was literally, I was driving my car coming to a stop at a red light, and God just gave me this download and told me who to hire as the second thing that he told me. And it has just taken off since then. And really, even with as crazy as it's been, because it's been crazy, y'all, it's amazing because God just keeps unveiling, raveling, however you want to say it, so many details, and it is so amazing. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. And today I've been printing reviews as they come in for the last, I don't know, month. And so I have the stack here, and we'll hear some of the different testimonials about how what we're doing with Godly Granny, because of God and the calling. God said, I'm going to use you to help bring healing to my people, to my children. And so I see that coming to pass, and it's just so incredible. And so it's so humbling. It's so incredible. It's a lot of work, y'all. And I just praise God for a lovely husband who, by the way, had a birthday yesterday. And then my great sons and future daughter in love, and amazing distribution manager who's going to be over customer care. And so, you all are going to love her. She's amazing. And so it's just such great stuff that he has been lining up. And so the other thing, I just want to say this. In fact, we're going ahead. We got some new releases today. I know y'all are on the edge of your seats because you don't know what it is yet. But go on ahead. Let's bring Eve in. She is with us. She's our Godly Granny formulator. She works very hard and tirelessly for us as well. Let's unmute her mic, please, producer Ron. And then Eve, hello, honey. I saw something. I want you to be part of this conversation. Okay. GL,
excuse my appearance. I went camping a few days ago, got monstrously sunburned, and did not have my Fresh Fruits lemon with me, so I'm peeling. So just forgive me for today.
So I want to talk with you about something I saw in the chat. And I forget. Oh, here it is. Hi, Michelle, Eve, everyone. This is Carol over on YouTube. And she says, it's great to be here, ready to learn. I want to talk about this for a second because I know you keep saying, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you to me. And what's it about that you're so proud of me about?
I've got a background in education, and I'm not used to a student who comes early, stays late, sits in the front seat, takes every note, reads it back to me, does banter with me to make sure they understand it. I know I don't believe in unicorns, but you are one. And I'm just not used to people wanting to know everything you want to know so that you can give out the best information. They just wait on me to do it. And now, you'll mention something and I'll think you're asking me a question and I'll start to answer, but I've learned if I pause for just a second, you're going to try your answer on me first to see if you're right. And you are. And it's just a beautiful thing to watch because I'm older than you. And at some point you will be who, you'll get the Elijah man or whatever. And and then you'll pass it down. I'm just not used to somebody who just soaks up the information.
Oh, well, and it's the person who's willing to learn. And so that's what really struck me with Carol is we have so many that I have had so many customers, viewers that say, I've watched episodes such and so 4 times. I've taken so many notes. We have a number of viewers that are just open and sponges really on everything. My viewers are learners. And so, and that's learning about everything, the education system, the political stuff going on, just the truth about everything. And so this is no different. And it's so amazing when I get to speak with different customers and viewers that they'll say, Michelle, I didn't even realize. Like, we have a lady who wrote us and said, with my husband's blessing, I just got rid of $10,000 worth of Mary Kay. I sold Mary Kay for over 20 years. She said her friend who sells Mary Kay with her says your skin looks better than it ever has. What are you using? And she said, Godly Granny. And so these are the kind of testimonials that we're hearing, and it's just so amazing. I'm going to share a testimonial of mine and my husband that I got to talking with him 2 mornings ago, and I found out some stuff. So I'm going to share the goods. But anyways, but I just wanted to say, people like Carol just make my day, because that's what we're here for. We're trying to help you learn, but you got to be ready to learn. You got to have the notebook. You got to want to know it. And that's what I just love.
A lot of it goes against the grain of what we grew up believing. So
yes,
you got to get past the dissonance too. You got to deal with that.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go over the first, the releases. So that way everybody will know what we're doing. So, we have lip scrubs and we have lip butters. And what did you call me after we did the fall flavors? You said we were officially the Sonic, or was it the Sonic of lip scrubs?
No, you're the, what is the
Baskin Robbins?
You're the Baskin Robbins of lip flavors. No, you've got them beat now. You're way past anything they can think of.
So we got lip scrubs and we got lip masks. Well, you all have been asking and asking and asking for something in like a tube. And so guess what's coming? So producer Ron, pull up the cinnamon vanilla. And so I say coming, they are live on the website. And so cinnamon vanilla is the first flavor. And so, we released the fall flavors for lip scrubs and lip masks. And so now we are going to be releasing all of those fall flavors that we just released like a month ago. We're releasing them in the lip butters. So that is cinnamon vanilla, cranberry orange, Mediterranean fig, mountain blackberry, plum crazy, pomegranate ice, pumpkin spice, and salted caramel, white chocolate, unflavored. And then we're coming out with 2 new complete sets. So that's the eggnog, which is eggnog, lip butter, lip scrub, lip mask, and then also our first coffee, which is vanilla latte, and that is your lip scrub, your lip mask, and your lip butter. And so those are what is being released today. Okay, so
pretty fall colors.
Beautiful. Okay, and I care about that. And you guys, I know you put a lot of work into this with our label guy. Now, Eve, I want to talk about why we called it a lip butter. There was a whole thing about this. So I want you to talk about all the stuff like the deep state stuff we've talked about. I want you to talk about what's a balm. So take it away.
Well, I'm sure you cannot sit under Godly Granny Michelle's tutelage and not know that the deep state has to tell us what they're doing before they do it. It's just one of their weird quirks. Everything that comes in a tube like that at the store, what is it called, Michelle?
Chapstick.
Why would they call it chapstick?
Well, you would think, because it's like when you have chapped lips, you would use it.
They call it that because they are creating your chapped lips and just putting ingredients in it to buffer your top lip and bottom lip from sticking together to make you feel like you've got some moisture on your skin. But wait till you find out what's in it. We're going to talk about the big dogs today, and we're going to compare them to the ingredients in this. So they call it chapstick because it chaps your lips. We've put it in a chapstick tube for convenience. This is not a chapstick. This is a healing lip butter.
Yes. Now, what makes something like a difference between the balm and the butter? Because I remember you asked me, do you remember when we had the very first conversation and I had been testing a different flavor we have not released yet, but I want to release it because I loved it. And so, but what happened, Eve, is you said, well, while we're kind of talking about the concept of exactly where you're going with this, Michelle, you said, do you want to infuse it? Because I said, do we call it like a balm or what do we call it? And you said, well, depends where you want to go with this. And you said, do you want to infuse it with vitamins and actually heal people's lips and help them? And I said, well, of course I do. Load those babies up and let's fix people's problems right now. And you go, well, we kind of call it a butter. And so explain the difference between a balm that just sits on the lips versus a butter that actually heals.
I'd love to. So this conversation is going to be in two parts. I'm going to tell you about ours first, and then I'm going to give you very specific information about the ones you've grown up using that I hope you won't use anymore. So chapstick has been around forever, but those big brand tubes are basically the fast food of lip care. Cheap filler, short-term satisfaction, and a secret ingredient cocktail that keeps your lips coming back for more, not because they're healed, because they're hooked. Godly Granny's lip butters versus big brand chapsticks. So let's talk about texture. Yours is buttery smooth. It actually glides on. Theirs is waxy, tacky, and often forms of film that just sits there. Ingredients: Godly Granny's, plant oils, butters, natural wax, vitamins, minerals, micronutrients. Theirs, petroleum, parabens, artificial fragrances that you think are flavors that are perfumes, and drying alcohols. Moisture. Ours moisturizes and heals, and theirs creates a barrier but doesn't hydrate underneath, like wrapping dry lips in plastic wrap. Addiction. Ours, none other than you fall in love with the use and the feel and the smell and the taste. And we'll talk about specifically what these are flavored with. Theirs, many contain camphor, menthol, phenol, and salicylic acid. Those are not terrible ingredients anywhere else on your body, but not on your lips. The toxicity. Ours is completely clean botanical formula, even for sensitive skin. Theirs contains synthetics, petroleum, and chemical irritants that mimic the addictive reinforcement cycle of MSG in food. That's why I feel like you have to have it. End game. These heal your lips. They get softer, smoother, and stronger over time. With the others, your lips stay dependent and they flake more when you stop. That's the business model, honey. So the sneaky addiction trick. Many mass market sticks rely on ingredients. And let me break it down just a little further. The camphor, the phenol, and the menthol. Those are not bad ingredients except on your lips and on your private parts. You don't want that. They create the ooh, it tingles feeling, but they're irritants, not hydrators on your lips. Petroleum jelly and mineral oil, we don't even allow that in the factory. That just means it sits on the surface and it traps the dryness on the inside. Salicylic acid, great ingredients, except on the lips and your private parts. It exfoliates, which sounds good, except it keeps lips in a cycle of peel, crack, reapply. Artificial flavors, perfumes, and enhancers. Very similar to MSG in the way they trick your senses into wanting more without any actual nourishment. Result: lips feel dry without it, so you have to have it, which is exactly what they planned.
It is a real thing. And I've talked about this on the show before. I didn't know it existed. Eve had to explain it to me because I was getting emails from customers, from viewers that were saying, I'm addicted to chapstick. And they kept saying, I love, love, love the mask and the scrub, but can you get me something in a stick? And I was like, no, we're not doing that. And they were, it was just an issue. And we finally were able to make it happen. And so, so excited about this. I knew y'all would be excited. So that's why I'm
excited.
Had
to get a type of wax that was absolutely 100% clean and natural instead of the crazy wax that Big Pharma uses. So the godly granny difference. Granny's not out here trapping your lips in a codependent relationship. She's giving them a one-way ticket to healed. With sweet almond oil and carrot root, which is vitamins K and A, and it's got all the B vitamins in it for a vitamin-packed repair. Castor oil for healing and long-lasting moisture. Plant wax for clean protection. No irritants, no numbing agents, no hidden tricks, no MSG. Your lips don't need a Band-Aid. They need a butter revival. Chapstick makes you chase moisture. Granny makes your lips find it. Now remember, your lips are the only part of your body that don't have pores. So even with this, if you call this a chapstick, I'm going to find out about it. And I'm going to tell Santa on you. Not that I believe in Santa either, or that whole thing. That was a joke. So don't write in saying that Christmas is okay. I know the whole deal.
Yes, we do.
Now, let's talk about the big brand lip balm chapsticks and what's really in the tube. So we're going to talk about chapstick. We're going to talk about Carmex. We're going to talk about Maybelline. And I'm even going after Burt's Bees.
Oh, people are already talking about Burt's Bees.
What you put on your lips goes into your mouth, and what goes in your mouth should never be a chemistry experience. It should be food, right?
That's right.
So common red flag ingredients across major brands. Parabens. What do? They are endocrine disruptors, and they mimic estrogen. They are linked to hormone imbalance, reproductive issues, and potential. And I don't just mean reproductive issues in women. So people who are giving kids chapsticks, please tell them not to do that anymore. The petroleum and mineral oil, carcinogenic, detected in multiple independent lab tests, widely used as a cheap filler. Phenol, camphor, menthol, salicylic acid. Those are good in things like pain remedies, not on your lips, not on your private parts, because they're barrier stripping, drying, and irritating. But it's what creates a tingle that makes you and your lips dependent on the product because you think it's doing something, but it's not doing anything good. Fragrance. Almost all the big dogs, they don't even use flavor. Not that a lot of flavors are good either. They use perfume, and then they put some type of sweetener in it that sometimes they put on the label and sometimes they don't. So that it'll come across as tasting sweet, although it's got a, the chapsticks are tart. No matter what you get, they're tart. It's because of that. It's a fragrance, and that's an allergen and endocrine concern. I think that should. I think it should be a felony to put a fragrance in a lip product.
Yeah,
it is wholly inept. Don't get me started on that. We'll be here all day. The essential oil allergens that they use are for irritation, swelling. And they're especially risky for chronic users and those with sensitive skin, people who smoke, people who vape, people who get blisters on their mouth, all kind of issues. Then they have what's called PFAS, which are forever chemicals. They're persistent, bioaccumulative, and they're linked to thyroid and liver failure. Many alleged multiple lawsuits and lab screenings going on constantly over this with the big ones. So let's talk about the big ones. The big brand lip balms rely on occlusive irritants and undisclosed chemicals, which has no nourishment whatsoever. Chapstick, the original, the ones where they're actually telling us they're chapping our lips. It's already been flagged for parabens. The PIRG is what it's called. Kiss Off Consumer Report identified methylparaben and propylparaben in chapstick. It also uses fragrance. But it won't even tell you what kind of fragrance it is, and they're supposed to do that, but they've paid somebody off. The tingle effect includes the camphor, the menthol, the phenol, the barrier disrupting ingredients known to cause the chapstick addiction cycle. This comes from the PIRG report, which is the be-all, end-all for this. I'm not just quoting this, out of Wikipedia or something. It's got terrible EWG hazard scores. Terrible. Let's talk about Maybelline. And they named it Baby Lips because why wouldn't you think that meant that it was something clean and tender, right? Fragrance and parabens, again, listed in PIRG's toxic lip products list for hidden fragrance compounds and unclean preservatives, marketed to youth, aimed at teens and preteens with a higher vulnerability due to developing endocrine systems. Moderate to high EWG hazard scores on these formulas due to the PIRG report and the EWG Skin Deep database, because they know you're not going to look it up unless somebody tells you to. Carmex, oh my word. Car, it goes on your car. It's that kind of wax. They tell you. Lab tested for MOAH and MOSH. I know you don't know what that means, but basically there's a company that's a French consumer watchdog, because Europe is much more strict on what can go in products than we are. France has flagged Carmex as the UFC. I don't speak French, sorry. It classed for petroleum hydrocarbon. It also has phenol and salicylic acid, which are known irritants banned in cosmetic uses in the EU, which is almost everybody that's not us. Fragrance and flavor additives with no full disclosure of what they are. The addiction cycle. Carmex creates a numbing sensation that worsens dryness over time. And this is coming from, I don't speak French, the QUECHOISIR lab and advocacy reviews. Burt's Bees, right now under a PFAS lawsuit. Class action alleges undisclosed forever chemicals in Burt's Bees products, contradicting the clean natural marketing. Allergenic essential oils, they have lanolin, which is sheep gut, just so you know. It has linalool, which is illegal everywhere except Africa and the United States. And eugenol, which is flagged by EWG as the common sensitizer. It also has low ratings with the EWG it has high hazard ratings for allergy and immunotoxicity. User reactions, reports of swelling, peeling, and formula changes without notice causing irritation. The beesing trend. Doctors have warned that Burt's Bees can cause eye damage when misused, demonstrating irritant potential. People have been taking Burt's Bees because they thought it was natural and putting it under their eyes like an eye balm. It's been getting into their eyes and causing vision issues. But it can also cause vision issues because you're putting it in your mouth. And these sources, top class action lawsuit, EWG Skin Deep Skin Sort, and Michigan Medicine Journal. So this is not just me making this up. The big picture, regulatory gaps. Cosmetics are safe until proven dangerous. Ingredients banned in Europe are still legal in the United States. Cumulative exposure. Lip balm is ingested slowly with each use. Even trace toxins accumulate over time. Think microplastics, because there's plastic in it as well. Marketing does not equal purity. Natural, clean, and dermatologist tested are not regulated terms. You think I couldn't find a dermatologist that I could give a certain amount of money to endorse it, so then I could say it was dermatologist approved? It's such a racket. Dependency design. Ingredients to create a cycle of irritation and reapplication, keeping you hooked, which is why you have one beside your bed, in your purse, in your car, at your desk at work. Why it matters. The average person eats 3 to 7 pounds of lip product in a lifetime. Petroleum derivatives and allergens don't nourish lips. They sensitize them. PFAS and parabens raise long-term systemic health questions, especially with chronic use, and clean branding means absolutely no clean chemistry. And then I've got all the resources here if you ever want to put that up on the page where I'm getting this from. So the summary is chapstick, Carmex, Maybelline, and Burt's Bees all contain or have been flagged or sued for containing ingredients with endocrine, irritant, and contamination concerns. Some rely on cheap occlusives, some use allergens, and one is in the middle of a PFAS lawsuit, which is Burt's Bees. None of them are harmless, as their marketing implies. Now let's talk about Godly Grannies.
Mm-hmm.
Did a spell healings on the stove. We like Grandy always says, salt don't just season, it summons. When you slide, oh, sorry, this is the salt soak. I already did that. Forgive me. I got excited. Okay, so I know that wasn't really a funny read, but this isn't a funny subject today. No. When you are eating the things that I just told you on the list, and you just found out that Burt's Bees is under lawsuit right now for lying about what's in the ingredients, you need to think about this. You need to take chapsticks away from your babies. It would be better to do nothing than to do Cabal chapstick.
And I have talked with many people mamas that are saying that their teenagers are addicted to chapsticks and stuff. And so that makes sense that you're saying that. I have. And like I said, I had never heard about a chapstick addiction. Well, I had heard, I knew, like I had a family member that had one when she was
I used to have
young.
that.
And she was young, but I didn't know it was a chapstick addiction. I just knew she was always putting it all over her lips and everything constantly, but I didn't know that there could be an addiction with that. I do know that I've had many customers who have said to us, we have been able to break that chapstick addiction, whether it was using the Godly Granny Lemon Balm, as you know, that we've talked about on the show, that I have shared that. That's why we came out with it in the same size as in the little jars, the 0.5, half ounce jars, in First Fruits balm, the lemon, the orange, and the lime, because some people were using it on their lips, and they're finding that if they lick their lips or whatever is getting absorbed, it's actually helping with heartburn. And they're reporting that they have been able to break their chapstick addiction. Others have said they've been able to break it by using the masks that we have. So you have the scrub and you have the mask. And so these are specifically filled, though, with vitamins, collagen, good things. And then, of course, with the butter, we've added and infused the butters with vitamins to actually heal, not just let it something, like petroleum sitting on your lips. These actually heal, and that's why they're called a butter. So I just want to make sure everybody understands. All of the new flavors that I read off earlier are all live on the website. So I want to kind of recap on this. I do want to let you know it is a limited release. And so there's 48 of each. How you will know is that if you go to buy it and it says out of stock. And so we're going to start doing things this way because it's just, we just don't know, and
we launch something and we think y'all are going to buy 100 and you buy 400. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. We are working hard. Well, we're working hard also at not having you purchase something and then it's a month later and you still don't have it. So we're making some changes with the distribution center being moved and restructured with everything. We're making major changes, but this is one of the things, especially while we are working to fix some of the stock issues. This is the best way I could come up with on how to do this. So I'm not going to have you buying products and, asking me, where's my order, 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, and it still hasn't been fulfilled. And it ends up that it wasn't fulfilled because we ran out because we sold so many. So we released a lot of flavors. So we did 48, that's 4 dozen of each flavor. And then as they come back in, it'll not say out of stock. So the lip butters.
Let me explain one thing. She's really Godly Granny's becoming a one-stop shop to clean up life, clean up your car, clean up your house, clean up your kids, clean up your body, clean. To be able to do that's a lot of SKUs for anybody, for a manufacturer, for a warehouse, for anybody. So she's grown so quickly because you guys have gotten the products and you've tested them. You know that they do what we promise that they're going to do. And God's just blessing, and it's just boomed. But so that we can keep adding SKUs of different things that you guys come back and ask for, we're going to do some limited releases on things we're just not sure how they're going to go. And we don't, because we make the order, we don't want to be stuck with a ton of stock either. Not that hasn't happened so far. I mean, it's been nothing like that. We just want to be mindful. We're asking you to be mindful. It's not that we can only make 48. It's that's an awful lot of flavors. Most stores only carry 2, 3, 4 flavors. That's a ton of flavors. And we don't know what you're going to fall in love with. And we hope you'll love all of them. And they're inexpensive. What a great way to try your first Godly Granny product. What a perfect stocking stuffer. Hello. And there'll be more in stock, in the next 3 to 4 weeks.
And we have some great things coming for the holidays that will include this with some other things. And y'all aren't even going to believe what all is going to happen. So lip butter. So there's cinnamon, vanilla, cranberry, orange, Mediterranean fig. These are all these fall flavors that we came out with about a month ago. Mountain blackberry, plum crazy, pomegranate ice, pumpkin spice, salted caramel, which we've had a lot of orders for salted caramel. That one was a big hit, which kind of surprised me. I thought white chocolate would have been a good one. And I'm sure and all of them are good, but salted caramel, I just didn't know it was going to take off like it has. Unflavored, I said, hey, look, if we're going to do a stick like this, I want to make sure we also have unflavored just right out the gate, because you got men that may not want something that's flavored, or even women. And so I just wanted to make sure. And then I'm like, the holidays are coming. You got to do eggnog. And so we've got eggnog, and then we went on ahead and released the scrub and the mask for that. And there's a reason why, and you'll find out. But then also vanilla latte. I know many of you are coffee drinkers. Now, I want to make sure I understand this right, Eve. I don't know why I'm doubting myself. So I just want to make sure 100%. Isn't vanilla latte the scrub and the mask and the butter that goes with the Canaan coffee scrub and the butter bomb?
Yeah, but in flavor, well, you're kind of jumping ahead. It's okay though. We got a lot of coffee flavors, like there's chocolate hazelnut, but we already had a white chocolate, which is more popular than the chocolate hazelnut, but although not by a lot. It's just that we sell white chocolate year round, and chocolate hazelnut is like a third and fourth quarter thing. But yes, it goes with the Canaan coffee collection, and the coffee bar soap that's about to come out. And all of that has something to do with something big on Granny Aganza. But, down the road, if you love the coffee bomb and the coffee scrub, that can also be done in vanilla latte and chocolate hazelnut and any of your favorites. But for right now, we just got to find out what your favorites are.
Yeah. And so vanilla latte is what's released this time. And we're doing that in the mask, the scrub, and the butter. Mm-hmm. And so there you go. And I know a lot of people like the taste of coffee. They drink coffee. And so, this made sense to do this in my eyes. And so I'm excited about it.
You got caffeine, and you got a little caffeine kick there, especially if you put it just outside of the line of your lips where your pores actually are. And we would never put a fragrance. We would never put it. But let me tell you about where the flavors come from, because even most people that say natural flavors are terrible, terrible, terrible things. I don't mind telling you. There's actually a gentleman in California that makes these for us, and he was a top chef, and I'm not allowed to tell you his name, but he was a top chef, and he makes these delicacies for 5-star restaurants and resorts around the world. So when I call him and go, I want white chocolate and I want it to taste like white chocolate mousse, that's what you get.
Yes, it's amazing. Okay, so Tanya Jones says, Eve, you're beautiful inside and out. We love you. That's so sweet.
You. Thank you so much.
That's
I feel
so
like
sweet.
a beat with I feel like a reptilian today because I'm peeling.
Oh gosh. Well, it's not showing up on screen, so you're fine.
Okay.
No nonsense. Nana says, got my first ever Godly Granny products, and apricot chamomile is so dreamy, and first fruits lemon balm smells like what I imagine a lemon tree in heaven would smell like. I love that. No nonsense.
It's lemon in a jar, basically.
I love it. Okay, so I love it.
Smell better. You know how that fake lemon pledge smell?
Yes.
That
oh no.
This is from the virgin pressing, the first pressing of the Mediterranean lemon, the peel, the pulp, all of it. The nectar.
I mean, if people even realize like where so many of these ingredients come from, look at the pain poultice that we're working on, coming straight from Israel with the ingredients. And we've been waiting to be able to do that in another product that would have that in it. But we've been waiting because of all of the tariffs and stuff. It's caused a whole thing. So we've been waiting for months, like 3 or 4 months.
We juggle what we're going to offer based on, when Trump's had a good day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, you can't make this up. And so I was literally testing it when tariffs started, and I'm like, I call Eve, I'm like, I'm in love with this product, these 2 products. And she's like, yeah, we're going to have to put that on hold for a minute because we can't even get the ingredients right now because it comes straight from Israel. That's the kind of stuff we're dealing with. So we're going to start showing some things out of stock, not sold out. Sold out tells me that, well, we're never going to have it again. Is what I think when I see sold out on a website. So out of stock just means right now it's temporary. We're not going to let you, send us your money until it's back in stock. And so we're going to do things a little bit differently and start managing some inventory and trying to help with that. And so
let me ask a question that this might answer one of your viewers' questions too. So I know that you've got that Ron put the capability on the website to put something in the basket, even if you don't get it right now. Can you put things in the basket that are out of stock just so you don't forget what you wanted?
I
I
don't
just
know.
don't know the answer to
Yeah,
that.
it's too new for me to know
Okay.
that yet. Okay, so Decreasement says we're little sponges that are working, they're soaking up all that you have to teach and share. That's so sweet. Red Clay Lane said, what an incredible feeling that it is when you know where you are supposed to be and you are an incredible blessing to others. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, sweetie. Okay, let's see. Producer Ron says the labels. I think there may be a couple of photos for cinnamon, vanilla, and cranberry orange. It looks like they're coming soon. So just because you don't see a photo doesn't mean it's not available. It is. That's just kind of another just a little thing that he's got working on. He said, and no nonsense. Netta says my mouth is watering reading the flavors. LOL. One of each, please, because how could you decide on just one? I know. It's
Now,
crazy.
because some people like a strong flavor and some like a light flavor. Some are stronger than others.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I love the fig. Not sure why, but I just love the fig. But it's not as strong as say the cinnamon one. It's not
Yeah.
supposed to be. So
Yes. And I'm that way. I'm not real big on the strong flavors, but that's why I think I like the key lime and the sweet orange so much, because they're just subtle, and you know what I mean?
fresh.
Yeah. And fresh is the word, definitely. Justice 311 says, can we have a Godly Granny book to refer to all the goodness and tips? I know, right? So many tips. I need to rewatch all of Eve's shows. I know. Tanya Jones says, my daughter will be so happy. Christmas gifts will be Godly Granny this year. That's so sweet. Well, wait till you see what we're gonna have for you, because we've got some giftables for you coming.
Lots
And
of vegetables,
okay,
lots of stocking stuffers.
amazing. And guess what? When I got home today, there were 3 boxes outside. I'll tell you later what came, but the gifts that we're sending, those came. So it's exciting. So okay, C Passy says, I have many of your products and love them. Which is the best for scarring? I had 10 stitches in each hand. My goodness. So that would be the what is it? The face and
Stretch mark and scar cream.
stretch mark and scar cream. Comes in a few different versions of it as far as scents, and it comes in a big, I think it's like 8-ounce jar or a 4-ounce tube. So you got plenty there. We also, if you go on the website and read the reviews, I have been pleasantly surprised at how wonderful people are responding to that product. And so it's been getting amazing reviews. Pralines and cream and vanilla mint were not on Eve's list, but it was 2 of sorry, that's something else. So
Later.
okay,
That's future.
what would be used for wounds on bottom of feet?
What kind of wound? I got to have a little more info than that.
Yeah.
Like, do you have diabetic neuropathy? Is it diabetic skin issues? Do you have? Oh, it could be anything.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Yes. Ron, yes, until we know for sure. Let's see here, Deborah Lynn.
Release.
Yep. I don't know where that's coming from because it's not on my sheet. So Deborah Lynn W says, Godly Granny goodies are going to get me in trouble with all of these new products coming out every few weeks because I keep ordering more stuff.
Today won't get you in any trouble because these are small and they're very inexpensive.
Yes.
And remember, they're concentrated. These should last about twice as long, maybe even longer than your general chapstick, because this is actually going to start healing your lips. And you may forget you even want to put it on unless you just, you'll get addicted to the taste and the scent.
Yeah. Okay. So Galen, I see your question. So she's asking, what products do apricot chamomile come in? I looked for it in a bar soap yesterday and I didn't see it. So the best way to probably do that is to go to the website. We have a great search feature. And so I would put apricot chamomile in the search and see what comes up that way, sweetie.
And
because
we're adding a lot of new stuff for Granny Aganza in apricot chamomile, and that's just right around the corner.
And black raspberry vanilla. So those are
next year. There are 2 other scents that I've already talked to Michelle about that you guys are going to love just as much as them, that are just absolute must staples.
So yes, I do know apricot chamomile and black raspberry vanilla and sea minerals seem like they really have gotten a big following, and people love those in all different kinds of scents. And so whether
green
it's
tea and aloe and a honey mandarin coming, and a velvet sugar, which is coming at Granny Aganza. You just wait. You just wait.
Okay, so the next thing is I do want to remind everybody that the next time Eve is here, we're releasing shampoos and conditioners. We just had a big meeting about that. That will be a limited release, but it will be more than 48. Okay, hundreds, but just so that everybody knows. So just heads up on that. And there will be a number. Remember, there's 4 different kinds of shampoos and 4 different kinds of conditioners. One of the kinds of shampoo and conditioner are the purple. And then the others come in a couple of scents. So that way you're able to have a couple of, if you want, or you can do an eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, sensitive skin, and unscented is one bottle. Eve already knows that we're going to be doing the label where shampoo is really large and conditioner is really large. And Eve, I liked your idea the other day. I'll just have to see it. I want to see an example of where maybe shampoo and conditioner are the same color scheme, but they're reversed. So we're talking about many things because I've had some of you write me and say, I really can't see well because I don't have my glasses or contacts on in the shower. Can you make something where it's really large for me or color coded? So we're working even on that because I want to make sure that design is good. I don't see without glasses or contacts. And so I totally get that. And so I am on it. I just want you to know I've already talked with Eve and the team about that. So Galen says, shampoo, yay. I'm going to go dance in the streets. Yes, it's coming. I have to tell you. So, but I know we're not talking about shampoo and conditioner today, except for the purple shampoo isn't just for blondes.
That's right.
And so I got to tell y'all, so it's for blondes. It's for people with gray hair and white hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got to tell y'all, it's probably my favorite shampoo and conditioner ever is this gray shampoo. I mean, the purple shampoo and conditioner. It makes my hair so soft and bouncy and full of life. So if you got blonde hair, gray hair, or white hair, just brace yourselves. Okay. All right. R.L. Wood says, I haven't left a review on Godly Granny's site yet. I am amazed with the bruise cream. It is fading the bruises. It completely faded one on my hand. I know, it's crazy. And doesn't that come?
Vitamin K1.
And I want to say that comes in an apricot chamomile because we have a number of things that comes in. Yeah.
I know the anti-itch does.
Yes.
That's just a good general moisturizer anyway.
Carol says, I'm with Gaylin, meaning she's going to go dance in the streets for the shampoo. Can you cut the dryer balls? Not that I'm aware of, Price Believer, but you can cut the number of dryer balls that you put in your laundry. Don't forget, I covered that, and I think it's even on the website. You don't need all 6 dryer balls, even with a large load. You don't need all 6. And so if you have like a small load, I'd put 2 or 3 in. If you have a medium load, I'd put 3 or 4. And then a large load, I'd put 4. I've never used 5 or 6, but I loved it because I was able to get you 6. So that way, if one gets lost or it gets damaged or somehow, I've never really seen one damaged. But
let's say that your puppy decides that it's the new chew toy.
Yes, that's a great one. So then you have extras in the cabinet waiting for you. $9.99 for 6 dryer balls plus your coupon code. Y'all realize if you're paying $9.99, that's a deal. Like a steal for 6 dryer balls that will last 1,000 loads. Like it's a steal. And so I did it because I knew I could get it for you at such a great price. And so anyways, and then with the laundry, we ended up talking about the laundry detergent. It's been getting amazing reviews from customers, people writing me and telling me how much they love it. I know we've already had a few reviews even on the website already, but people, it's just so great. And I love it. I'm glad that you all are seeing what I saw months ago when I tested the lavender. I fell in love with it, but I like things that aren't, again, like we were saying earlier, real strong. And so the lavender was just, really subtle and just perfect in every way for me. I love the smell of lavender, especially for my sheets. It's a de-stressor. So just like with our stress relief bundle, what's the salts, the Dead Sea salt soaks? It's lavender, calming lavender. And so I want you to have your sheets smelling like lavender if you'd like for it to do so. And so don't forget, we've got the Dryer Bliss oils so that way, or the Dryer Ball Bliss oils, so that you can then put those drops on your dryer balls so that it will help your laundry smell a little bit stronger, because the laundry detergent's not going to do it for you. If you're used to the deep state laundry detergent, where whatever scent you purchased, it really smelled like that, and you could smell it like a mile away. And if you're used to that, I don't know that we'll ever deliver that, even with essential oils, but with the Bliss oils, it lets you have your rustic man, some of our, just some of our kind of signature scents that we do. And then also lemon and lavender and so in sweet orange, of course. But you got
One of
the
my
rustic
favorite
man.
things and I forgot to tell this on the last time about the laundry detergents is, how when you start using a natural deodorant, and then you got the detox period. Well,
Yes.
the first time you wash with real powder, you're going to notice a difference. But especially after 4 to 6 washes, when you've gotten you've gotten the bad stuff out of it, you're going to notice your clothes are softer and the threads are thicker because they're not being. It's a whole science thing behind that. Your clothes are going to last longer. Your towels are going to be fluffier because you're getting rid of that gunk. Just like it's very similar to what you put in your hair from the Cabal, how it stops up the roots. Well, the stuff and the washer and the dryer sheets and the softeners and all that, they mess with the frequency of the fabric. So they pack everything real, and they coat everything with like a film or a toxin that takes several washes to get completely off. But you'll notice towels will get frillier and what's the word? Thicker. I don't know what the word.
Fluffier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And really, if you're using that stuff, you think your laundry's clean. It's not clean. I've seen a whole thing on that. It's just awful. Tanya says, my friend's daughter is 11 and has acne on her face and back. What should she start with in the acne line? They can't afford the bundle. So the very first thing is in an acne line. Really, it's going to be your serum is the strongest, but also we're going to want to make sure that you can use the face wash, especially with the acne line. And then,
or if cost is a factor, she can do the acne bar soap. And if she's got actual active zits or pimples, she can go with the spot cream. So maybe, if that's an issue, maybe go with the acne bar soap and the spot cream.
okay.
And then if you can add something, add the face wash or the serum or both.
Yes. Tanya, make sure that they know about the coupon code, honey, for the 10% off with Granny 10. Okay, we're going to go on ahead. Reliable Beauty Reviews has a couple of reviews that they've done. We're going to watch the first one. The first that I want to watch and share with you is the Advanced Genesis Retinol Cream and the Serum. Let's take a look.
If you're interested in reducing fine lines and wrinkles and stimulating collagen production, this video is for you. Hi everyone, I'm Andrea with Reliable Beauty Reviews. Today we're talking about not one, but 2 retinol products by Godly Granny, their Advanced Retinol Cream and their Advanced Retinol Serum. Retinol really is the queen of anti-aging. It's known as the gold standard, and that's one ingredient I never skip in my skincare routine. I've been using retinol creams for years, and let me tell you, a lot of the prescription ones I've tried were way too harsh, and I'm sure many of you can relate to that. They cause dryness, redness, and peeling, and now many dermatologists are actually saying that over-the-counter options can work just as well without all the irritation. That's why I was so excited to try Godly Granny's Advanced Retinol Cream and their Advanced Retinol Serum. Godly Granny recommends you use both of these products together because they are complementary with different ingredients in them. To start, the serum delivers a potent hit of retinol, and the cream buffers irritation by adding moisturizing ingredients along with another retinol dose. Together, they were formulated not to cause any irritation at all, which is amazing. Even if I accidentally used a little more than a pea-size amount, my skin doesn't get irritated. That's rare with retinol. But gentle doesn't mean weak. These 2 products still have effective ingredients to cause skin cell turnover, and that is exactly what you want. And the key with retinol is the longer you use it, the better your skin looks. Over time, it helps keep your skin plump, smooth, and it can really soften those fine lines and wrinkles. So, although we live in an instant world, you need some patience to see results. They don't happen overnight. Now, the cream and the serum both use 2.5% retinol, which may sound strong, but don't worry. The retinols are mixed with hyaluronic acid, aloe, jojoba, shea butter, and vitamins and many other ingredients to keep things calm to prevent harshness. So these formulations are very, very unique. Now, regarding when you should use these products, I personally recommend you use retinols at night because retinol can make your skin more sensitive to the sun, and no one wants to risk extra sun damage. I'm pretty sure most people know that if they've been using retinols, but if you forget and you use the retinols in the morning, just remember to wear a big brimmed hat if you plan to spend time outdoors that day. Using retinol at night works with your skin's natural overnight repair and regeneration process, making it more effective on fine lines, wrinkles, and acne. So definitely check out these Godly Granny retinols. The formula is non-toxic and made in small batches, so you're always getting something fresh, not something that's been sitting on a warehouse shelf and losing strength. Godly Granny creates chemical-free, wholesome products designed to nourish both your skin and body, made only with ingredients that serve as true food for your well-being. So if prescription retinols have felt too harsh, this is a gentle way to enjoy the benefits and perfect for new retinol users or anyone with sensitive skin. I think this set is a great gift-giving idea. All you can do is go on the Godly Granny website, or you can purchase a Godly Granny gift certificate for upcoming holidays, birthdays, or any special occasion. They call them Granny Bucks. Perfect any time of the year. So check out these beauties on Godly Granny's website. That's all for today. I'm Andrea with Reliable Beauty Reviews. Happy shopping, and I'll see you next time.
I muted my mic during that. Okay, so a couple of things. Why no irritation with our formula?
I love that you asked that because it's food, number one. So it's not
Okay.
something that's been made up. But that's just part of the reason. When you go and get a professional one done, it's generally 1 to 3% retinol. Ours is 2.5% retinol, and it's real retinol. It's also buffered, which means, how do I explain this? I don't know if you know this yet as far as supplementation goes, but if you take an oil in a capsule form, for instance, sacred frankincense, some people, go to the health food store and they put a few drops in a capsule and then they swallow it. Well, that doesn't do you really any good unless you freeze it. That's a whole other thing. What we do is we buffer this because it's the outer skin that feels weird for most retinols, but we buffer it so that it doesn't begin to work until it gets on the inside, and then it completely knows what to do. So it's like, I hate to say, an insurance policy. Imagine that all of the good stuff is wrapped in a special delivery package, and it doesn't open until it gets where it wants to go.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So, because we have talked about that being buffered, that's right. And so I thought that was interesting. Some of the things that she said, it was very good. Great review, very thorough. She does such a good job. The next one, let's take a look at this one. She's talking about wild yam and how it's not your ordinary, she's saying you haven't really seen one of these kind of formulations on the market before.
Potato.
She's really done her research. I love that. So about her, she does a good job. Okay, let's take a look.
Are your hormones running the show? Mood swings, hot flashes, and restless nights? Then this video is for you. What if I told you there is a cream that's not just for mood swings, but for your whole well-being? Stay tuned. Hi everyone, I'm Andrea with Reliable Beauty Reviews, and today we're looking at Godly Granny's Wild Yam Hormone Balancing Cream. And let me tell you, this is not your average yam cream. Now, yam cream has been around for a very long time, but this one was formulated with a unique blend of ingredients with multiple benefits. This isn't just about balancing moods. Women use it for hot flashes, night sweats, cramps, low energy, brain fog, sleep struggles, and even keeping the skin firm and vibrant. It's about helping your body feel like you, once again, during perimenopause, menopause, and beyond. Now, why this cream works? It starts with wild yam root for natural hormone support, but here's where Godly Granny shines. She blends in black cohosh and chaste treeberry for menopause and PMS relief, ashwagandha and Peruvian ginseng for energy and stress, turmeric and ginger for inflammation, ginkgo for memory plus magnesium, vitamin D3, and B12 for mood and energy. On top of that, you've got a powerhouse of botanicals like red clover, oat straw, nettle, echinacea, cordyceps, and more. There are over 30 ingredients working together to support balance, vitality, and resilience. I haven't seen a cream like this on the market ever. Clearly, a lot of thought has gone into this product. Other yam creams give you wild yam, maybe with one or two other extras, but that's it. But Godly Granny formulated this particular product packed with natural herbs and roots that help your body adapt to stress, including vitamins, minerals, and herbal extracts that support the whole woman, not just one symptom. And that's what makes it so unique, including no harsh chemicals, something you'll always get with any Godly Granny product you buy. So if you've tried other yam creams and felt totally underwhelmed, this one is different. Godly Granny Wild Yam Cream isn't just a hormone cream. It was designed to nourish not just one area, but your total body wellness. So remember, this isn't an overnight fix, but with steady use, the results become stronger and longer lasting. So definitely check out this yam cream on the Godly Granny website today. Wild Yam Hormone Balancing Cream is truly worth your time. So think of Godly Granny as that wise, nurturing figure who knows the old remedies that actually work and make them available in today's world. So I've been using Godly Granny's yam cream for a few months now, and now I think about it, I can honestly say that I don't have any more mood swings. My husband's saying, thank you, Godly Granny. It's definitely making me feel more balanced, and I really love this product. So definitely check it out. So thanks for watching. I'm Andrea with Reliable Beauty Reviews. See you next time.
I thought that was cute.
Yes,
All right. Let's
she's
go
getting
on.
more comfortable.
Yes.
It's got to be a New York accent. I love it. I can't duplicate it. Godly Green. It's so cute for me. I love it.
Okay, so here's my question of watching this. I'm thinking, well, I mean, my hot flashes have completely gone away just by taking magnesium. I have really gotten serious with the magnesium over the last quite a few months. It has been a game changer, a life changer for me. I've shared a lot of my testimonials about that. My left eye not doing the twitching thing anymore, which is I've been struggling with for, I don't even know, over a decade. Come to find out, I was just low in magnesium. So also though, my mood swings and hot flashes, can't say that I had bad mood swings, but I certainly had bad hot flashes, sometimes 3 to 4 times in a day or a night. And so, which, that's a lot for somebody, I think. So I don't understand, how do I know if I need to take wild yam or magnesium or both?
Well, there's a lot of ways to know. First of all, you may not have been that deficient in what you needed for hormones. You may have just been deficient in magnesium and vitamin D and the other things that are in that. But most people have harsher symptoms than that. And you're still relatively young. You've got a ways to go. And people say, well, hot flashes end. They end for some people. They don't end for everybody. And a lot of people start earlier now. So you've got that to contend with. Everybody's magnesium deficient. And most people are deficient in what they need for hormone balance. You happen to be, one of the fortunate ones. You're very petite. You're very tiny. I don't know what your diet's like, but I know that you aren't contending with some of the things heavier set people like myself, like what we have to contend with. We're going through that. And the magnesium should help every system of the body, but it shouldn't completely get away of all the symptoms, which lets me believe you either haven't hit it yet or you've been blessed and you're not going to. A lot of that comes from, heredity, your DNA. But most people, magnesium won't completely correct it. Most people need the addition of the chase root, the maca root, all of those, the red clover, all of those things that we're deficient in, just because they're not even offered in the American diet. When's the last time you went and got a red clover burger or a maca burger?
Right.
Right. And we just have no way of getting that into our system
Mhm.
unless we choose to. But my guess is that when you get a little bit older, you're going to need something a little stronger.
Okay.
You're still a
Um,
baby.
Well, and I mean, really, I guess I go back to what you've been saying here on the show. Everybody needs to remember I'm a student as well. And I've been learning from Eve, and we have long conversations about, why to carry a product. And so, well, she's like, well, I think you should consider such and so product. Why? And then she has to explain it to me. And so you guys, it's crazy. But so it's interesting because like with wild yam, you're always talking about how it's food for your body. So even if I took it, I don't see that it would necessarily do anything negative. It's just going to help if there is something. It's kind of like it's looking for something to fill, it fills certain things in your, I guess, deficiencies in your body. It looks for those deficiencies and helps that. And if you don't have a deficiency, well, it's not going to hurt you.
Well, right. And wild yam does a lot more than just what we generally talk about, like the hot flashes and the mood swings and the crying jags and the depression and hard to sleep and moodiness, the brain, for all that. It does a lot for downstairs too. And what I mean by that is the older you get, the thinner the skin in the vagina becomes. And so just wiping when you get older, you could have some micro tears or macro tears even happens, or intercourse with your husband when you're older. So this is going to do things to help keep that part of your body younger, tauter, more moisturized, so that you're not so dry down there. And a lot of times you'll find out that wild yam being used just in general can help dry eye and things like that you wouldn't normally associate with necessarily menopause, perimenopause, or postmenopause.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what about, I see Justice 311 says no more mood swings. The men probably laughing, but they get them swings too.
Testify to that. So much this week.
Okay, so I was speaking with my husband. He's been on the testosterone cream, and he's been on it for a few months now, I think pretty regularly. But so the other day I asked him, I happened to be up and he was getting ready and I saw him putting his creams on and stuff. And I was like, oh, you're putting on your testosterone cream? And he said, yes. And I said, well, tell me about that. Like, tell me what's going on. How long have you been taking it regularly? Just because I give it to him don't mean that, he's taking it. And so he's got all kinds of stuff, but what he's doing with it, I don't know. And so I tell him what he's supposed to do, but I'm not going to nag him. And so he said, and he's really on fire for Godly Granny products too. Let me just say, I'm very proud of my husband, because we have always been people that didn't have to take vitamins, didn't have to really do a whole lot. And we just have never really been sick, except for me getting those kidney stones that I used to get. And so we both just have great genetics. Even when we went to see the iridologist recently, he looked at my husband and said, you're just not normal. Like, things are this is weird. And so, because he's like, you should have problems with this, and this, and this is just, I've never seen this before. He's just fine. He's healthy. And so, but anyway, so I share that to say, so for us to take creams like obviously I had something going on because my left eye was twitching, and I've been going through these menopausal type, symptoms with like the night sweats and stuff, the hot flashes. But what happened was he said, well, and he described exactly what you said. I had not forgotten you had said this, but you had told me months ago, men a lot of times will take testosterone and then they'll quit taking it thinking it's not really doing anything for them. And that's when they realize how much it was doing for them, and that's exactly what my husband ended up describing to me. He said, well, I was taking it for a while and I was really doing good with it. And he goes, but I just quit taking it. I didn't think it was doing anything. And he said the very next day, he said it was like I could barely walk. I was so drained. And he said, and so I thought, this might have been doing more than I thought it was. I'm going to take it again. He said the next day he had pep in his step. Mm-hmm. He said, I see a difference, especially with energy. Now, my husband says, because I asked him, like, well, what about this? What about that? And I asked him about his sex drive, and he said, well, I've never had a problem with that. And so that's what my husband says. So he does not say that it has helped him in that way, but it has helped him in he says in his energy and just, not dragging and all of that. He says it's been a big game changer for him. Now, he told me also that when he saw that difference with the pep in the step, he started putting it on extra spots. And I said, you're not putting it on and applying it a little bit. You're like bathing in it at this point. But he's loving it and says that it really does help him. And he's all about it. Just like I think the anti-itch, the story about the anti-itch balm that it healed him the first time he used it. And so, except for that little corner where he said he knew he didn't use it on it. And so he put it on the next day. But he said the minute he put it on, he said that second, I knew I had been healed. I've never heard my husband say anything like that before or talk like that. So I was like, oh, this is getting good. And so that was the beginning of him really getting into, well, what else have you got? Because sometimes people just they don't necessarily know. And, so especially sometimes, even Jesus, he had to go to a different land. And so, I'm like, I can only do what I can do in my own home. But I've got everybody using all the products. It's great because the kids love it. In fact, they use the apricot chamomile deodorant, by the way, because they absolutely love that scent. So I did remember that is in apricot chamomile. Okay. So is there anything you want to add to that though, about the testosterone?
Not that one wouldn't get me in trouble. Well, I will say a friend sent something to a friend of mine 2 weeks ago. Because her side was working so well, and on the second day, or maybe it could have been the third day, she hit it because she was tired of being
chased around the house. Are you saying he was taking the testosterone cream and it did affect
she was doing the wild yam and it was working so well. I was like, oh well, I've never seen you testosterone. She's like, okay, great. Third day, she's like, I had to hide that stuff. I said, I told you.
Every show, somehow you embarrass me.
I'm really not. I'm not sorry one bit. How else are they gonna know if I don't tell them?
Okay. Bomb 1780 says, how about a gel for women that's down there?
Down there. Depends on what you mean by that. Are you talking about lube? What are you talking about?
Oh, that's a good question. I didn't even think about that. So Bomb, give us an answer more specific, sweetie.
Because okay. If Donald Granny launches a lube, we're going to put in big print for married couples. Dr. Bronner did that before that got bought out by Big Pharma. Don't buy Bronner anymore.
Really? He did that though? Oh, that's funny.
On the testosterone cream, it says for married men only.
Okay. That's awesome.
I don't think it says that anymore since who bought it.
Yeah. Maybe we should also say for straight men. I don't know.
I wouldn't think that too many non-watch your show. I could be wrong. I've got friends and I'm like, I don't understand it, but I love you.
All right. R.L. Wood says, is the little bit I use on my neck, belly, and foot enough magnesium each day, or should I be using a magnesium boost cream as body MO? I don't know what MO is. I don't know what that means, but I will say this.
I know what they're asking.
Yeah.
It depends on, are you male or female and how much you weigh. So I need more than Michelle does because I weigh right at 200 pounds and she probably weighs a little over 100.
Okay. So Eve, I didn't realize that. That's true though. You got to think about body weight and all that kind of stuff, like male versus female.
Mm-hmm.
We've always just said a pea size.
All of that makes a difference.
And it's like a pea size here and a pea size there. But that makes sense. I will say, so she's saying lube. Okay. So Bomb is saying lube. So how about a gel for women down there? So a lube. Stop.
I'm going to make a joke. Can I put Pop Rocks in it?
Can you what? Can you put what in it?
I know what Pop Rocks are. You're not old enough.
Oh, I know what Pop Rocks are.
I just, it depends on what you want it to do. Do you want it to numb?
This is why you can't ask a question like this, Bomb.
Party.
Bomb, see what you've started.
Pop Rocks lube. That should get you going.
Oh my gosh. All right. I don't even know what to say at this point. Oh,
I
Tanya
told you don't
Jones.
ask if you don't want to know.
Okay. I haven't told you this, but Tanya Jones, I saw your review, Tanya. I died laughing. Okay, she gets a reward. She gets an award for the funniest comment on the website, like a review. So here's her. So she goes to Godly Granny and she leaves a review. You ready? And so she says, "Them massage candles saving marriages all around the world." Just saying. That's what she said on the website too.
Right? I get
Oh,
it. Totally
oh.
get it.
Maybe we need to get some massage candles that have testosterone and wild yam in them.
I don't know about that.
Oh my gosh, Tanya, though, I saw that review and I mean, laughing. No nonsense, Netta says, bah, I just fell out of my computer chair. Yeah, me too. When I read that the first time, I laughed so hard. That was the best one. I loved it. Okay, so man, we digress for sure. I want to share something with everybody. And this is just, even I've talked about it, I've mentioned it on the show, but I want to share a personal testimony of something that has really, really, I'm very excited about. So remember a few months ago, I said that I had put on a mask. I think it was the clarifying acne mask. And then I went and got in my bed and was cuddled up with Flashmore. My husband was working late. And so I was on the computer working on my laptop. And so, the instructions say 15 to 20 minutes, you can leave the mask on and then go and wash it off. Well, I'd gotten busy. And so I was busy with work and I look up and it's 45 minutes later. And so I go to wash it off. And I noticed that my skin felt completely different. And so, even I talked about it on the show and we talked about it off the show. And I was explaining to her what happened. And I said, my skin just hasn't felt the same since. It just feels absolutely amazing. And she's like, well, you've been using the products. It takes time for it to, turn your cells to turn over. They say like every 28 days, but it's probably more like every 5 or so weeks. And so, this is about right. Okay. So that's great. Well, then about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, I think it was when we were on our family little trip or right before it. I got to thinking about it one day and it just hit me. And it was like, I haven't really left a mask on long like that. But if I were to do that with like the blue-green algae mask, I just got to thinking about it. And I was like, it's just food for my skin and everything. And so I decided to get out my blue-green algae mask and to put it on my skin and sleep in it. So I slept with it on. Now I'm weird about the way things feel. And but it was fine. And I don't care if it gets on my pillowcase. I just wash my pillows. I wash my pillowcases all the time.
And all
So
that
it's
is
no
laundry
big deal.
detergent, no less.
Yes. And so they smell lit and dreamy because they smell like lavender. But anyways, and so what happened is my skin, I mean, it is so soft. I think my skin, in fact, viewer Natalie had even said that she went back and looked at older shows and thought that my skin, that I should talk more about my experiences with the Godly Granny products, because she said you can see such a difference in your skin. And so
Wednesday when you came down,
that's the first thing out of your mouth was something about my skin. So anyway, so I just want you guys to know my skin has just had a complete transformation over the last few months, but even more so by putting the mask on and leaving it on. And when I went to wash my face the next morning, I could feel that I was washing it off. You don't see it. In fact, I don't remember if it was that one or the next night, but I put it on and then I left it on. But when I put it on, like within a couple of minutes, you put it on white and then it just kind of like I guess my skin kind of ate it up. And so, so I put on another layer. And then that's when I slept with it. So I just wanted to share that with you, that for those of you that have, the skincare lines and you're just washing it off in 15 minutes, put it on at night after you've washed your face and everything. Do your skincare order. So producer Ron, if you'll please put that up for us. And so layer, there's an order for layering your skincare. And so, but you can do the mask. And then what I did was I didn't do the toner and the serum and all that stuff. I just washed my face really good. And then I put the mask on. This is later at night after I've taken a bath. And then the next morning, I washed my face and then I did the toner and the serum and the cream. You can do it that way, okay? And so, but I'm just telling you, let that food sit on your skin and get in good. I think it's a game changer for me.
It's the same way with the bar soaps. If you are a shower taker and not a bath taker, once you get the soap on you, step back out of the water and give yourself a minute or two to let it do its work.
Now, except for if you're using the activated charcoal bar soaps as a shampoo, that's
Correct.
not needed. So I do want to clarify that. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. We've had people that have written and said, my hair feels gummy. I can barely get a comb through it. That's because you've probably, odds are, one of two things. You're still using Cabal junk on your hair.
Specifically, hairspray will do that.
Yes.
Or
Okay.
gel.
And then the second thing is you left it on too long. You have to remember it's activated charcoal, so it's extremely strong. It does not need to sit on your hair. It's overkill. And so all you do is literally, I can stand under the water. I have one of those rain heads in my shower. And so I can literally stand there under the water, put it in my hair. I especially put it right here, all here through my hairline. And then I'll flip my hair over and I do right here where my hair is at my neck. And so that's just where it really feels like it needs to be clarified real, real good. And so I will do that. And Eve, I can feel it as it's rinsing right out of my hair, clarifying and detoxifying my hair.
Mm-hmm.
So just want to make sure everybody knew that. Don't have to keep it on. In fact, don't keep it on. It's that strong. Activated charcoal. I came across an image the other day that was talking about activated charcoal and how amazing it is. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how much it does for us, but it's a detoxifier like no other. And so we want to be careful with that. And it's just amazing. So, okay. Scarlett Seven Hands says, hi, Eve. My daughter is 45, has had a hysterectomy. One fallopian tube has been removed. No gallbladder, no appendicitis. I hope I said that right.
No appendix.
Okay. Okay. No appendix. One parathyroid removed, kidney stone. Geez. What would you recommend that she use?
Depends on what she's asking. She's talking about beauty or body products. I'm assuming body products. So let's talk about that for a minute.
Yes.
You've probably heard her story about drinking the lemon water for kidney stones. And that's a very good thing. That is one thing that internally works very well. To supplement that, you can use the First Fruits lemon balm, especially up above, on the back above where the kidneys are, and the bottom of your feet and your belly button. If she has pain, then she needs to use any of the magnesium, either the pain cream or the Terminator, to do that. And without having had the hysterectomy, she definitely needs the wild yam. And she's 45 years old. And if she has pain that won't go away, she's probably also testosterone deficient, because it's very common with women who've had a hysterectomy. So at the very least, if you're asking about body products, the First Fruits lemon balm and magnesium, to make sure she's caught up with her magnesium and her vitamin D. And my mind just drew a blank.
Which we have various formulations.
Oh, and the wild yam. And if you just want to get one right now, start with the wild yam.
Okay. All right. Okay. And
wait a minute, hold on one thing. If it's beauty you're asking about, start with the blue-green algae line,
which is great for mature skin and sensitive skin. It's either one.
Even though she's 45, when you have a hysterectomy, you have mature skin after that. I don't care if you're 25.
Okay, that's interesting. Didn't know that. Makes sense though. And again, it's just food for your skin. Okay. Carol says, I've been amazed at how easily the activated charcoal soap rinses out of hair. Mm-hmm. Yes, and quickly. And so it's doing its job as it's going right through. And so it's working while it's moving. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that. We were in a conversation for a minute there before the show started. And Eve, you said something that was interesting about our deodorants. Do you want to share that before I share the story?
Mm-hmm. Well, you might need to share the story first because I want to give it
Okay.
away what I have to say.
Okay, so what's happened is I had an email the other day and I wanted to share it with everybody. I realized it's been a minute since we've talked about this. So if you've been using toxic deodorant, whether it's been aluminum or this or that, I just want to make sure that you know or remember that if you stop using toxic deodorant and you buy a non-aluminum like ours, which is actually food, it has magnesium in it. So what happens is you got to realize that you got to go through a detox phase. That detox phase is at a minimum of 21 days. Now, the lady that wrote me said, I've been looking at the reviews on your website, and they said there's all these great stories of how your deodorants are amazing and they work. But I'm telling you, I smell. And so I'm
Then she
sweating.
doesn't realize that's a good thing.
Yeah, she's detoxing. So I write her back and I talked with her. And so sure enough, she didn't realize that you go through the detox phase. Now, here's the thing. Like for me, I think I remember starting to use deodorant at about 9 or 10. Okay, 10 at the latest. Might have been as early as 9, but let's just say 10. So, and I remember it was the spray aerosol one. There's no way that's any good. So I'm sure I've never used an aluminum-free deodorant until maybe about a year or two before we started Godly Granny. I was already on that train. But so I remember having to go through the detox of that, the detoxing of it. And I think it took me every bit of 3 months. Like I thought I was never going to stop, like with the smell and stuff. And it was just like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And so, and I don't know, maybe some of it was also the deodorant itself. I tried a couple of different ones, but anyways, and so, but I was detoxing. You can't go for decades starting something at 10 in like late 40s, early 50s. So you're talking about decades of putting those toxins under there, under those arms, and think that you're just going to be fine with putting something clean on and that there's nothing to detox. Your body is going to detox those
Body
chemicals
slams
out.
full. And
Yeah.
it does, you got to make up your mind, even if you have to get a t-shirt printed that says, hey, I'm detoxing, stay away, whatever. You got to make up your mind you're going to do it, because if you stop and you go back and then you decide later, you got to start all over again. But once you get there, even your sweaty days, I'm not going to have a ton of odor.
Yeah, it's good. Pierre's mom says, if you use baking soda to detox, does that help pull it out?
Not really. You need a topical scrub or mask. Scrubs, the activated charcoal scrub, in my opinion, is one of the best to do that. Get the unscented, and just use it when you're washing underneath your arms. Unless you've just shaved, then you might be a little sting from the activated charcoal. Not anything bad, not anything to make you want to quit using it. But to me, if you want this process to happen quicker, get the activated charcoal, the unscented, and use that every night, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Remember, it's concentrated, just wet underneath your arms, and swish that around and rinse it off, and that'll make it go significantly quicker. Everybody's different, because if you smoke, it's going to take longer. If you're a heavy drinker, the yeast in certain wines and beers, hops, it's going to take longer. If you vape, it's going to take longer. If you eat sushi, it's going to take longer. Just depends on you.
Interesting. Okay. NM is a customer of ours and wrote a 5-star review for the moisturizing 3-in-1 face wash, makeup remover, and moisturizer. And it has vitamin C in it, of course. Since I have sensitive skin and this product works without making my face break out, also non-drying, and leaves the skin feeling smooth and clean and not tight. I have to tell you, this is my assistant's favorite product, one of the two. She absolutely loves the activated charcoal and the black raspberry vanilla, like the scrub, the face and body scrub. She absolutely loves that.
And remember that all of the scrubs are in a soft soap base. And when I say that, I don't mean like soft soap, like the soft soap you buy at the store. It's full of toxins. That's just what we call it. It means it's a clean soap base. So if you wet your skin and then use the scrub, you've already soaked up because the soap is in the scrub. It's a one and done.
Yes. But see, we've been so programmed to think that you need a soap, you need a body lotion, you need a scrub, you need, and so it's crazy. And so that's
I'm glad
why.
you said that, because all the scrubs are also in bases of tropical butters. Most of them have shea cocoa and mango butters in them. So you are cleansing, you're exfoliating, and you're moisturizing at the same time.
Yes. So good. Valerie wrote a 5-star review about the brightening age spot hyperpigmentation face and body serum. Okay, so I have to tell you, I've mentioned this before. I want to do it again. And that is that this skincare line, when we came out with it only a couple of months ago, you had said, look, because we don't bleach anything like a lot of other things that products on the market, you got to be, it's food. You're going to have to be patient with this product. And I have had numerous people write me emails saying within 3 applications of this skincare line that they saw visible results already. So
Well, I've learned that if I underpromise and overdeliver consistently, people will learn that they can trust what I say.
yes, and we knew it was going to be faster, but there you go. Scarlett says, hi, Eve. She is taking magnesium, had used the pain terminator for her pain because she had severe pain from menstrual cramps, and both of her fallopian tubes are gone. Hormones replacement do help.
I don't know what type of hormone replacement. If she's determined to do a cabal hormone replacement, please don't do a cream or a patch or those. If you've got to do it that way, do the BIOTE. It's BIOTE. It's a little rice grain insert into your butt cheek. But, and there's a big but that comes with that one. Once you get older, I never had hair on my face, ever. And once I started that, I started getting hair on my face. I couldn't stand it. But I needed something because this was a long time ago. I've been in menopause basically since 35, and I'm about to be 63. So long before I knew any better. I waited a long time to do anything at all, and I just didn't have any energy. So, I read up on it, and I knew it was supposedly bioidentical to plants. So I did it. I can't say it did anything great for me except make me grow facial hair. And I thought and I did it for 3 years. And once I got off of it, I thought, well, that'll stop. Once you turn that on, it never goes off. That's something else I'm working on, that females who, especially when you get older, you get these crazy hairs just kind of, whatever. I had one on my shoulder one time that rivaled any on my head. And I was like, where did that even come from? But like my grandmother used to get them here or wherever. And there's a lot of women these days that even younger, because all of the milk had hormones and all, and it's so young, and the menstruation is coming younger. It used to be that the average little girl started menstruating at 13 or 14. Now the average is closer to 10.
Yep.
That tells you anything. They're developing breasts earlier, and they're using their stores of hormones much earlier.
So Tanya Jones says, my mom takes her bar of her charcoal soap with her when she gets her hair done. She says it gives her hair so much body. I agree. Gives mine.
You know what I'm proud of that for? Because I guarantee you that salon owner and the person shampooing hair didn't know that. And that's just one more person we're training out of the cabal system.
Yes. When you go, and I've said this before, when you go to the nail salon, if you're going to the nail salon, I take my own polish. I take my own whatever they're putting underneath it. It's an all clean version. I don't get the gel stuff anymore. I don't do any of that stuff. And I take the Noni Plus dry oil. And if I'm getting a pedicure, I'm not letting them put that junk on me. So I bring my own foot scrub and foot butter. And so we've had it out, the peppermint. The guy always says something about how great it smells. And he's like, where do you get this? And all that kind of stuff. But they're just using cheap stuff that's, no telling what it's filled with. And so, and it's nothing good. And so I take my own stuff, and he knows not to use any of his stuff on me. So, but it's all godly granny as far as the scrub and the butter and the Noni Plus dry oil, because I won't let them, when they do that massage at the end, I don't want the massage, and I don't want them putting any of the lotions on me. And I don't like the feel of lotion on my hands anyways. And so, but I do let him massage like my cuticles, and he uses the Noni Plus dry oil for that. Okay.
If you're going to get your nails done, please don't get the paraffin glove. That's one of the worst things you can do to your body, is paraffin of any kind, but especially heated. Please don't do that.
And that's manicure or pedicure. They'll do those applications on your feet as well. Okay,
Parafins are deadly. Please look them up if you don't believe me.
it's been talking. I've seen it being talked about more often here lately too. So that's good that it's getting out. So the Valerie writes a 5-star review on the brightening age spot. Oh, the face and body soap with the turmeric. So it's the bar soap. She goes, love this beautiful smelling soap. My husband even likes it. Yeah. Our soaps, I got to tell you though, I really, really like the headache migraine bar soap and the allergy cold and sinus bar soap. I just love the way they smell. You know, the allergy cold and sinus line and the headache migraine line just smells so like, I don't know. It's not
Just
just
so you know,
clean.
you can wash your hair with those. You can wash your hair with any bar soap that she makes.
It's amazing. All right. So Renee, restless leg cream. Okay. So, you know, I've been filling orders lately. I had no idea we were selling this many restless leg cream products. I had no idea that this many people suffer with this, and praise God that we have this. I just had no clue about how many. So Renee says, I've had restless legs for years, and now over the past year or two, I've been getting horrible muscle cramps in places that I never knew could get a cramp. That ain't good. Just rolling over would sometimes cause a terrible cramp that would last forever. Stretching in the morning before getting out of bed, putting socks on, I would get them in my, even in my toes. Geez, you know, that's got to be painful. I have been using this cream. So she's using the magnesium restless leg cream with the white peony and potassium, and it's unscented. Okay. So she goes, I now only get the occasional small cramp, but it goes away very quickly. I was even getting cramps in my abdomen if I bent wrong or pulled my leg up to put lotion on the bottom of my feet. That is not happening anymore. Explanation points. She goes, I would never be without these wonderful products if I can help it. Thank you,
Now,
Michelle.
she wants to end them completely. The only thing else she needs to do is get some real Celtic gray sea salt. I don't mean from Amazon. I mean from a real health food store. Any brand of Celtic gray sea salt, and put a few grains, and by a few grains, I mean, you know, a tiny pinch, maybe 5 to 10 grains on the tip of your tongue every night. Roll your tongue out and let it absorb for just a couple seconds, and then drink some water. Done.
Okay. Listen to this. So viewer Natalie said, I started my pain relief soap and I truly am amazed how well it works. It's soap.
That's why, I always laugh when people go, you can't make a soap that does anything. Why? That's when your pores are open and most receptive. I don't know why that's such a surprise to people. They wash it off. You wash some of it off.
Okay, so maybe I misunderstood a question earlier. I thought someone was asking about cutting dryer balls. Was it the bath bombs or the dryer balls, producer Ron? Did I misread something earlier?
I said dryer balls because I wondered why you would want to do that.
Yeah, okay. All right, just want to make sure. Yeah, you don't need to do that. KM Sunshine said, hello, KM Sunshine says, is the First Fruits probiotic, prebiotic bar soap safe to use in my hair to create body?
Girl, have you met me? Of course it's safe to use anywhere.
Yep, it's good. But
small glass of vitamin C for your hair and scalp.
Will it create body?
Depends. I don't know what kind of hair you've got. So there's a lot of different kinds of hair. So
you'll have to try it.
Between 1A and 4C. I need to know what that is.
And then KM Sunshine. So like for me, the activated charcoal bar soap, it helps to create body for me. And then the other thing is the keratin, the heat protectant, the keratin and argan heat protectant that we have with the silk amino acids. That definitely gives body to my hair. So, and producer Ron said, yeah, it was the dryer balls. Yes. Okay. So don't cut the dryer balls. You don't need to.
It hit me why they may have asked, because I couldn't think of any reason. I wonder if they're wanting to use the same dryer ball over and over for the dryer ball bliss oil, and maybe they wanted to try many different scents, so they wanted to cut them in half instead of scent. Okay. That's the only reason I can think of.
Well, then do 3 dryer balls for 1 cent and 3 for another, honey.
Or 1% and get 2 bags.
Or just get a second bag. You got a great deal. Use your coupon code. You'll get an even better deal. Okay, so we don't talk about this product very often. I don't know why, because I love it. But viewer Phyllis wrote in a 5-star review for the Superfood Vitamin C Scrub. And she's one of the viewers I've spoken with. I've spoken to numerous viewers. And Eve, I don't know if I told you this, but many viewers tell me that they buy products and they just give them to friends and family and coworkers and tell me about how they tell everybody they meet about Godly Granny products and what we're doing. Isn't that amazing?
People are so stunned because they're so used to getting subpar products that when they get one, they're like, think about the last time you said wow. And if anything deserved a wow, it's what's going on in the world today, right? But we've just been but I'll actually have people go, wow, that smells like it was just made. Hint, hint, it was.
Yeah.
It matters.
She
all
says, I love
all the ingredients are active. That matters.
Yeah. She says, I love this Godly Granny Superfood Vitamin C Scrub in the blood orange and keep this in our shower to use on my face every time I shower. After applying, I always leave it on my face for several minutes and enjoy its smell while relaxing and bathing, waiting for it to do its magic of making my face so soft and lovely to touch. I cannot overemphasize the difference I've noticed in the beauty of my skin since using Godly Granny products. This blood orange smells so wonderful. I guarantee you'll love it too. So what makes it just like so lovely and wonderful? I mean, it's an exfoliant. So anytime you're exfoliating.
Acai stem cell extract, and acai is the second strongest antioxidant superfood on the planet, right behind acerola cherry. They're neck and neck. And this product is full of that and collagen. So most scrubs don't have a collagen in it, and most scrubs it would be a waste. But because this has humectants in it, just the moisturization afterward, you're drawing that into the body, so it's slam full of acai stem cell extract and the collagen.
That's amazing. Okay, so Risa wrote a 5-star review on the brightening age spot hyperpigmentation bar soap. We've gotten some great reviews about the bar soap in this line. Says this bar soap really works. A bunch of exclamation points. I was skeptical that this would even affect the dark spots on my face, but it lightened some of the dark spots after maybe a week or less. I was so shocked. I will buy the whole hyperpigmentation bundle and the freedom to use this product because it is clean.
That's right.
That's so good. That's so good. Okay, we were talking earlier. Now, this is another one that I've noticed we sell a lot of because I've been filling orders. Risa says about the Cane Coffee Butter Balm, which is in a natural scent, says this is an amazing product. Reduce some of my wrinkles the first night! Explanation point. Why?
It's also great for cellulite because of the natural caffeine in it.
Oh, yeah. And I will tell you that you can also use the scrub. So there's the Cane Coffee Butter Balm that we're talking about right now. But then there's also a Cane Coffee scrub, a face and body scrub. And that's fantastic for cellulite as well.
Most dark eye circles are parasite related. Most people don't know that. But if they're not, or if you're willing to do something about it, or you're not willing to do something about the parasites, but you just want the best you can possibly get, this just about made my dark circles disappear. And without makeup, I am Casper translucent with dark circles. Well, it used to be with dark circles, not really anymore. And that's not even why this was formulated. I love it. When you start giving your body what it needs at the food at the cellular level, what it needs, it knows what to do with that. So that was a wonderful byproduct, not why this was created. And I'm talking about the scrub and the balm. Just don't get the scrub in your eyes. There's nothing in it that would harm your eyesight. It would just, the sugar, it would be too granular for your eyes. It would hurt, it would scratch it.
And can be the scrub can be used as a shampoo or and
all of this. And I know people think that that's just the weirdest thing. I've got long hair right now while I'm waiting for it to grow out for a particular reason. But even when I was using hairspray, which I don't use anymore, you can put any scrub in your hair and it comes right out. And it does not leave your hair early. It's amazing. And you're not going to believe me until you try it one time. I don't care how dense your hair is. I don't care how curly, how straight, how oily, how dry, how little, how much. It will come right out.
All right. It does. It's the same thing with the activated charcoal bar.
It'll help get rid of dandruff, and it'll detox the pores in your scalp. And
I could not believe, I thought, as I said, you'd been saying for months, you can use the scrub. You can use the scrub. in your hair. And I'm thinking, have you seen how much hair I have? Are you kidding me?
I mean,
And
like I
so,
had 3 heads, and I was like, just try it. Just try
and
it.
it just came right out. I don't know how it works. It just works, y'all. Okay. I'm just telling you, it just works. So this is an amazing product. Reduced some of my wrinkles the first night. Reduced the forehead wrinkles significantly.
Mhm.
Wrinkles around the mouth look better. Oh, I'm 75 years old. Wish it was not quite as slippery. And she said, would definitely buy again. Just a little goes a long,
That's right.
long way. That reminds me, I want to remind everybody that all of our products are concentrated. We are not watering them down with a bunch of water.
Right.
Okay. Grammy says, love that age spot pigment bar soap. And it does work. Explanation points. Simply Sylvia says, I had 4 sisters and a cousin visit from out of town. We had a godly granny party. They all had results with first use. She puts in all caps. Wow. She says, I wish I had written down all their comments and what they had tried. Oh, I wish you would too.
You know, we need to have a spa show where we show up in masks and bathrobes and yeah.
Oh my
Mhm.
goodness. All right. Well, Eva, I appreciate you being here. I've been so excited about these
Can I
butters.
say one thing before we
Yes,
go?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
There is an app, and this
Oh,
is, please, if you
thank
don't hear
you.
anything else this show, hear this and tell your family. There's
Yes.
an app, and I'm sorry, I would call them. I just can't remember the name of it. But it's been coming up in my feed over and over again, and I'm so upset about it. Let me tell you why. It's an app that says if you don't sleep well, it's because you're going to sleep at the wrong time of night. If you've seen this app, it's being advertised everywhere, and it's cabal, and they're doing it on purpose, and here's why. Between 10 and 2, no matter where you live on the globe, is when your body heals. Did you know your body only heals if you're asleep? Your body does not heal during waking hours because you're using all of your energy during your waking hours. Your body heals between 10 and 2 based on, I don't know what the sun is. I don't know what the moon is, but whatever the lunar pull, I don't know. I don't really necessarily believe in gravity, but whatever the lunar pull does, that it does to the ocean, the tides, we're made up of mostly water, but it's not water like you think of water. It's living water. It's frequency
Yes.
water. It's different, but it still reacts to the lunar pull. The lunar pull in humans happens between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., whatever your time zone is. If you are not asleep during that time, you are not healing. Now, it's not just that you're tired the next day because you stayed up late doom scrolling because you didn't have any time to yourself during the day to do what you want to do. But here's the main thing. Everything about aging is kind of related to something called a dendrite. And during the day, dendrites grow like weeds in your yard. Or if you've got shrubbery and you can trim shrubbery and it can rain 3 times. The next thing you know, you got these wild, okay, dendrites are kind of like that. And there are some other terms that come along with that. At night between 10 and 2, they're trimmed. Your body trims them all the same length. Now, what does that do? It starts, it gives provision to the cells to repair and maintain. It does things for cellulose. I didn't say cellulose. It does things for your pigment. It does things for keratin. It does things for all of the stuff, collagen that your body and your skin and your hair and your nails are made out of. It's also for vision. It's for dry mouth. It's for all kinds of things, for muscle repair. But if those dendrites are not cut every night, the memories of that day can be misfiled. This is why you can remember something from your youth and you can't remember what you did last week, because almost nobody is asleep by 10 o'clock anymore, because you need to have 3 90-minute REM sleeps. That's the deep sleep pattern, the alpha pattern, to renew your body. And for people who work night shift their whole lives, it's why mentally they're exhausted by 50 or 60 because they aren't healing. You can't heal any other time of day. It is not physically possible. So to get an app to try to convince you to go to sleep at 1:11 in the morning, and that's what it keeps saying. It's probably 3:33, but whatever. Don't listen to that. That is so not true. Now, I know that sometimes the only peace we have is at night after we've laid down, and that's when we want to see a TikTok video or whatever. try to find time during the day to do that, because you shouldn't even be sleeping with your phone. If you will go through all the information on whatever type of phone you have, it'll tell you how many inches or feet away from your body it needs to be for your body not to be absorbing the amount of radiation that it's not built to absorb. But please sleep between 10 and 2 and tell all of your family. I don't care if it's hard to go to sleep at 10, it will get easier. And over time, because your body the next day, let me tell you what else happens when you don't do this. Not only are you more forgetful and tired and have brain fog and all those things, but your cells haven't healed from the day before. So your eyesight is not maintaining. Your hearing is not maintaining. Your blood pressure is going up. The older you are, the more that your sugar becomes an issue. Balance, hearing, sense of smell and taste, tactile reaction, all muscle memory. It affects every part of your body. Don't get the app. Don't let anybody you love get the app. They're doing that to disrupt your cycle even further on purpose, to keep you down, keep you depressed, keep you sick.
There you go. Absolutely. That makes sense, Eve. Okay, so Christ Believer has a question for you. She says, I'm taking blood thinner. Will niacinamide make the thinner more potent?
Yes, it can.
So there you go. All right. Thank you, Eve. I appreciate you. Thank you for being with us, sweetheart. She works tirelessly for all of us, y'all, with me. And so we just appreciate her so much. Okay. We'll be back Monday. Mark Taylor, I spoke with him earlier today. I'm expecting him to be here on Monday. I'm excited about it. I'm sure he's got plenty to share with us. All right. We'll see you right here next time on The Michelle Moore Show.
Did you know your cell phone emits radiation that has been linked to increased risk of certain types of cancers? This is why manufacturers include hidden warnings to keep your phone away from your body. And what's worse is that children are more susceptible to the potentially damaging effects. Safe Sleeve for cell phones is a case specifically designed to block radiation. Its shielding technology integrated into the case has been tested in a third-party FCC accredited lab to block over 99% of RF and 92% of ELF radiation emitted by your phone. It also functions as a stand for watching videos and comes in a magnetically detachable style for some devices. Safe Sleeve also offers anti-radiation cases for tablets and laptops and has free shipping in the U.S. plus discounted worldwide shipping is available. Go to truthtalkamerica.com today and click on the Safe Sleeve banner on the home page. Use the discount code FIRST10 at checkout for 10% off your first order.
There aren't a lot of reasons to use Godly Granny products. There's every reason, because every time you twist or flip a cap on something from Godly Granny, you're voting no to chemicals and yes to common sense, but without all the electronic voting machines. With Godly Granny, there's no toxins, no chemicals, no endocrine disruptors, no cancer-chasing filler. Godly Granny is a small batch, made-to-order, deeply naturopathic wellness brand, founded on biblical truth. Formulated with pure purpose and handcrafted by saved folks who know that freedom doesn't come from fake lavender and phthalates. Go to godlygranny.com today. Be sure and use the discount code Michelle10 at checkout to receive 10% off your entire order.
Hi, I'm Linda Bamber Olson, the inventor of the Wave Watch, the world's first frequency therapy watch. It features over 1,100 targeted frequencies combined into 150 playlists for ease of use. These sounds are acoustical and they move through your body, through your skin and your bones. You don't necessarily have to hear it. As each frequency goes through, it can be realigning, revitalizing, reconnecting, and even rebalancing your body all the way to the cellular level. So that's why we have so many testimonies for aches, ADD and ADHD, allergies, colds and flu, dental, emotions, headaches, joints, kidney stones, nerves, organs, skin health, swelling, tremors, vagus nerve, and so many more. Use this code for $100 off when you purchase the Wave Watch. Thanks for learning about frequencies, using them, and supporting the Wave Watch.
Hi friends, it's Michelle Moore. And when it comes to protecting your retirement, I believe in taking smart, steady steps. Bank of America analysts call gold the ultimate safe haven, and when it comes to precious metals, I trust Universal Coin and Bullion, the official rare coin and bullion dealer of my show. They have been named the best in their industry both nationally and regionally by leading organizations. Consider a gold IRA, a time-tested way to diversify your portfolio with real tangible assets, which lets you move a portion of your retirement savings into physical gold, helping protect your wealth from inflation, market swings, and economic uncertainty. And Universal Coin and Bullion makes the process easy. From rollovers to delivery, they walk you through every step, even if you have one with another gold company. Protect what you've worked so hard to build from the team that I trust, Universal Coin and Bullion, at 800-321-8700, and make sure to tell them Michelle sent you.
For Michelle's social media links, go to michellemooreshow.com.